Hi Adult Fitness, my name is MacKenzie and this is Arms Race. So for this class, you're going to need some dumbbells. You don't have to have dumbbells, you can definitely do body weight if you have water bottles or anything, or like a TheraBand. They all work, so let's jump right into it. So let's start with some marching just to get our body nice and warm. Opposite leg, opposite arm, nice and easy, barely picking my feet off the ground. You can pick it up a little bit, get the body nice and warm. Pump those arms, take some nice deep breaths. You can pick your knees up, and then even higher. Good job, guys. Next, we're going to move into some arm swings. Get our arms nice and loose before the torture begins. All right, 3, 2, and 1. All right, arm swings. So I'm going to alternate which arm goes over top, opening up my chest, just getting my body nice and warm. Take some deep breaths. Good, standing nice and tall, keeping my shoulders away from my ears. Good, after this we're going to move into some arm circles. We're going to start small and then get bigger. All right, arms out by our side in a T position. Nice small arm circles going backwards. We're going to start small, get our deltoids firing, and then slowly progress to bigger arm circles. I'm still going backward, just progressing to bigger circles. Think about drawing circles on the walls on either side of the room, and bigger circles, drawing a bullseye, and big. Now, if this hurts your shoulders, go back to small. Keep the range of motion, whatever's comfortable. All right, shake out the shoulders. Now we're moving forward. So small arm circles, moving forward. You should definitely feel it in your deltoids. We're getting nice and loose. All right, a little bit bigger. Some medium arm circles going forward, some nice deep breaths, keeping my abs engaged. All right, big arm circles going forward. Good job. All right, we're going to start with some rhomboids. So this is a postural muscle, right? It's deep of your trapezius. So squeezing your shoulder blades together, keeping your elbows nice and high, really squeeze together. It's a very small movement. Coming back to neutral and squeezing. Getting the retraction of our shoulder blades, and then back to neutral. Keeping those elbows nice and high, slow and controlled, really squeeze with your arms back, and then release. Let's get 3 more. 3, 2, 1 more for good luck. Good. All right, shake it out. We're going to do reverse rhomboids. So shoulders are nice and high. I'm coming forward. Elbows slightly touch, back to neutral. Coming forward, working our pecs. Even stretches our back a little bit, our upper back. Kiss, and then back to neutral. Notice I'm not going all the way back. Neutral, and then coming forward. So this, we're actually getting the protraction of our shoulder blades. They're actually going away from each other instead of going towards each other. Good. All right, let's get a couple more. 3, 2, and 1. All right, next we're going to pick up our dumbbells. If you have water bottles, soup cans, whatever you have at home, if you want to use weight, you can definitely use just your body weight. So I'm going to pick up my dumbbells. They're huge, I know. Keeping our shoulders tucked in, palms toward the ceiling, curling up, squeezing our biceps at the top, lowering, controlled back down. Really squeezing at the top. Notice I'm going very slow and controlled. Squeeze, I'm not letting the weight drop at the end. Lowering down with control. Palms stay facing the ceiling the whole time. Keeping our elbows knitted to our ribs. Squeeze. Now if you don't like doing both at the same time, you can go ahead and do one at a time. You can alternate. You can do 5 on one arm and then switch. whatever you prefer. Really squeeze, contract your bicep at the top, lowering back down. Good job, guys. Keeping my shoulders away from my ears. We don't want to be tense. Keeping them away from our ears. The only muscle that should be firing is my bicep. Maybe a little bit of our forearms. Squeeze and lowering back down. Take some deep breaths. This is slow and controlled, not meant to be cardio. All right, good job, guys. So I'm also going to show you without dumbbells, right? Nice and easy. Same thing, still slow and controlled, even though we don't have weights. And then if you have a TheraBand, you can also do this. So this is one arm at a time. So I'm going to be pressing down with this arm. This arm's not going to move. Same thing, my palm is facing the ceiling, and I'm going to curl up. Just going to grab lower. So you're just trying to get the resistance for your bicep. So notice my bottom hand is not moving. And then I'm controlling down. Firing up, and then controlling down. And then the same thing, you just switch hands, actively pressing down, palm facing the ceiling, curling up. So you can use bands, water bottles, no weight, lots of options here. All right, so next we're gonna go kettlebell swing. I don't have a kettlebell, so we're just gonna use a dumbbell. You can still use a water bottle, no weight, whatever's comfortable. All right, so my arms are extended. I'm gonna bend, the weight's gonna go between my legs, and then I'm gonna pop my hips forward to throw the weight up. We're gonna do a Russian kettlebell swing, so we're only gonna go to here, parallel to the ground. So it goes between my legs, pop my hips to throw the weight up. Good, take some nice deep breaths. Exhale as it comes up. You're working a little bit of your deltoids. Good job, guys. Yeah, so if you have a water bottle, I don't know, whatever you have at home, I'm just holding between, same thing. Raising it up. Squeeze your glutes. You feel a little bit in your deltoids. Engage in your abs. Good job, guys. All right. Next, we're gonna work more of our deltoids. So slight bend in the knee. We're gonna bend my elbows just a little bit, and then I'm coming out to the side. So lateral raises, but with a slight bend in my elbow. Slow and controlled. Raising up, and then back down. We don't want to go too high. And then notice I'm bent over just a little bit. Slight bend in the knees, bent over just a little bit, coming out to the side. Good. Yeah, if you have soup cans, a water bottle, whatever you have. If you don't like the bend, you can come straight out. This is definitely a harder version. So if you're not feeling it quite enough in your deltoids, modify up, keep your arms straight, lateral raises to the side. This, you really have to contract your deltoid to fire up the weight. And then I like to be bent over just a little bit, the slight bend in my elbow coming out to the side. This works a little bit of your upper back too, along with your deltoids. Good, some nice deep breaths, slow and controlled. Good job, guys. Next, we're gonna work some obliques. So I'm gonna drop a weight for this one. You definitely do not need weight for this. So I like to hold on to my side because I can feel my oblique contracting. The weight is by my side, bending at the waist, firing my oblique to raise my torso back up. Notice I'm not pushing my hips out. I'm trying to just slide the weight down my thigh and then firing my oblique back up. Some nice deep breaths. Really pushing your belly button through your spine. Good. We'll get a couple more and then we'll switch sides. You can do a water bottle. You can drop the weight, lower the intensity. Here, if you don't have weight but you want to increase the intensity a little bit, have your arms by your side, bending and then firing back up. Having your arms by your side actually kind of mimics the end range loading, so it makes it a little bit more challenging. Fire back up. We'll get one more and then switch sides. All right, I'm gonna pick the weight up back, pick it back up for this one. Switching sides. Contract coming up. Notice the weight is dragging down my side. Fire back up. You really got to contract your obliques to raise your torso. Good job, guys. Let's get 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. All right, I'm going to set down the weight, take a little water break. At any point, feel free to pause the video, take a break, maybe re-watch something if it didn't make sense. All right, we're going to do some more curls, but they're going to be hammer curls. So before we had our palms to the ceiling, this time we're turning our palms toward the inside of our body. So our thumb is to the ceiling, thumbs up. All right, so arms are straight, still keeping my elbows tucked toward my ribs, firing up, slow and controlled down. Keeping my ribs tucked, or keeping my elbows tucked toward my ribs. Really push your belly button through your spine, always actively engaging our abs, curling up. When I'm at the top here, I'm really squeezing my bicep, and then control going down. Same thing, you can use water bottles, lower the intensity, drop the weight, instead of palms toward the ceiling, rotate them in, make a fist, and then coming in. So getting that hammer curl. Or you have the band, same idea, keeping that hand down. This time, thumb to the ceiling, and then curling in. So you're still getting the hammer curl, mimicking it with some resistance, just a little bit different. And this can be as hard or as easy as you like it. The further your hands are apart, the easier it'll be. The closer my hands are together, the harder it is to curl up. Good. All right, let's get a few more. Palms to the ceiling, the knob to the ceiling, or the top of your water bottle. Squeeze and lower back down. Good job keeping my shoulders nice and relaxed. Whenever we have weight, we tend to scrunch up our shoulders, keep everything relaxed. Just focusing on our biceps. Lower back down. Good. After this, we're going to lie prone on the mat. All right. Stretch our abs a little, get a little back extension. All right. So we're lying prone. Legs are straight. I'm on my forearms. I'm going to bring my hands by my armpits and raise up toward the ceiling. As I come up, I'm going to look toward the ceiling. If this is too much extension for your back, feel free to come onto your forearms and then look up toward the ceiling. You're still elongating your spine. There's just not a bunch of pressure in your lumbar. So whichever one is comfortable, exhale as you come up. Hold for a few seconds and then lower back down. Come up. Focus on your breathing and back down. All right, one more for good luck. Next, we're going to move into a plank. You can do a high plank, low plank. So high plank, you're on your hands. Low plank, you're on your forearms. So whatever you prefer, keeping that nice long spine. All right, come up. Nice long spine. We don't want to put our lumbar in jeopardy, so nice long spine. We also don't want to be up and downward dog. All right, find the happy medium. Push your belly button through your spine, keeping our shoulders over our hands. All right, we don't want to be back this way, but keeping our shoulders away from our ears. Don't forget to breathe. If you need to, come onto your knees, take a few deep breaths, and then come back up. Good job, guys. 15 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Good job, guys. Get another drink of water. All right, let's work our triceps. So we're going to lie on our back for this one. You can have your knees bent. They could be straight, whatever you prefer. I'm going to pick up my weight or water bottle, whatever you have. Make sure you do not drop it on your head. It's gonna, notice it's above my head, not right over my head. I'm holding it and then extending up and then bend my elbows. The weight or water bottle is gonna touch right above your head and then extend. Lower back down with control. Please do not drop it on your head and then back down. Focus on pushing your belly button through your spine, keeping your ribs knitted together, and then extending, working our triceps. Let's get a couple more, and then we'll work our pecs. 3, 2, and 1. All right, I'm gonna grab my other weight. Similar to a bench press, our arms are out by our side, and then I'm extending my arms up. Same thing, please do not drop it on yourself. Lowering back down with control, and then coming up. As they come up, I'm gonna add or bring my arms together toward my midline, and then they come wide back down. As you fire up toward the midline, back down. Good job, guys. You can use water bottles, soup cans, whatever you have. Body weight. Lowering back down. Let's get 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the weight. We're actually gonna sit up. We're gonna do Russian twist with the kettlebell. So same thing, you can use the water bottle, you can drop the weight, whatever you prefer. So I'm gonna hold just one, raise my feet, and then as I twist, my eyes are sticking with my hands. Really squeezing our obliques, twisting back and forth. Gets too hard, drop the weight, just use your hands. Make sure you still follow your hands with your eyes. Working on our transverse, twisting back and forth. Good job, guys. Just a few more. 3, 2, and 1. Good job, guys. All right, let's cool down. We're gonna go into child's pose. So on your knees. If this is uncomfortable or challenging, feel free to spread your legs wider apart. It's easier to sink into the stretch. Arms above head, bending down. You can put your head on the mat to protect your neck. Some nice deep breaths. Should feel a nice stretch down your back. Good. All right, while you're in that position, you're gonna bring your hands together, and then we're gonna bend overhead. So my hands come together, and then I'm bending, stretching my triceps. Hold. Few deep breaths here, and then release it, and one more time. Good. Good job, guys. Focus on your lateral breathing to breathe out into your ribs. We don't want short, shallow breaths. All right, let's move into cat-cow. So we're on all fours. So we're gonna go into extension of the spine, so my head goes up. I have string pulling my belly button to the mat, and then that string is gonna pull my spine up toward the ceiling, getting that C curve in our spine, and then back to extension. Notice where my eyes go, my head goes. Find that C curve. You've got balloons pulling your spine up to the ceiling, and then the string is pulling your belly button down. Good job, guys. A couple more. If extension is tougher, you can always go into the neutral spine, and then into the C curve, and then back to neutral spine. Same thing, if flexion of the spine is uncomfortable, you're in neutral, go into extension, back to neutral. Good. All right. You can sit, stand, whatever you want. We're going to stretch out our deltoids. So arm comes across. Remember, we don't want to put direct pressure on our elbow joint, so above or below, and then pushing your shoulder away from your ear. Should be a nice stretch in your deltoid after all our arm work. Some nice deep breaths. And then switch arms, above or below. Good job, guys. We're almost done. Next, we're going to stretch out the chest, and then you guys are good. So I'm going to interlock my fingers, and then extend my arms, look up toward the ceiling, stretch out our chest. Some nice deep breaths. Good. All right, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed.